This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
A very good evening and welcome to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, I-44 Speedway Park for opening night. Bryson Colwell here alongside Eric Sharum on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It is a historic night for the Oklahoma Sports Network, the first time motorsports have ever been on the network.
Wow, a debut of something like this. We always kind of say sports is our middle name, and when this opportunity came, I couldn't wait to jump on it because, we're just adding to the network, adding to the excitement, and the racing family are excited to have this as a free opportunity of opening race night.
Absolutely, 100% free, and we've got some fun things coming up. We'll have Andy Dunham, our trackside commentator tonight. He will be down in the pit area and in Victory Lane. And then we will also have heats coming up. And Neil, our play-by-play guy tonight. We just wrapped up Hot Laps. Be sure to tune in. If you're on the Facebook page, download the Oklahoma Sports Network app. You can do that on Roku, a Fire Stick TV, any smart TV device, that as well as your Apple devices and your Android devices. Thank you to our sponsors. I want to thank them tonight real quick as we move into the show. Victory Motorsports, as well as Acker Motorsports, Victory Fuel. Andy's up here drinking a Victory Fuel. Now, what kind of Victory Fuel did you have there, Andy? That was a Throttle Punch. It was really good. I had a drink of that. It tasted kind of like fruit punchish. Yeah, no, super good. Thanks to Acker Motorsports, Victory Fuel, as well as Victory Motorsports in Pauls Valley for being on the race tonight. We're going to take a quick side break. We'll come back in a moment right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Back here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Bryson Colwell, your pre-race host tonight. I'll be with you kind of in between races, pre-race and post-race. Neil, your lap-by-lap guy up here in the booth, each and every week at I-44 will be taking over once the green flag drops. So, Eric, this is your kind of first taste here on this beautiful evening here in South Oklahoma City. 81 degrees, feels like 77. We got a straight south wind, 13 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it just a second ago. You kind of were catching the bug a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It's they always say you can watch it from afar, but when you're there to experience the sights and the sounds, the engines, you can't help but just get energized with it. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here, excited that we're debuting this on opening night here at I-44 races.
So that's what I was thinking about. You're kind of a bigger guy. I'm kind of a bigger guy. I don't think we're getting in mini mods, but maybe a tuner or something like that, right?
You were pointing it out. You say, that's my dream. That's my dream to go in there. And I said, okay, I want to know how they can pry me out of there is the big thing.
Eric Sharm, the owner of Oklahoma Sports Network. We're getting set. We got the national anthem on tap, and then we'll have heat races coming up here in just a moment. Yeah, we're going to turn it
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to I-44 Motorsports Park, opening night of the 25 season. Could I have everybody please rise and remove cover? We're going to start our night off with the Invocation and our national anthem. Thanks to everybody on Oklahoma Sports Network for joining us also. If I could have everybody please bow. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for giving us a facility like this to have a race in your honor. Please lay your hand on everybody that's on the property from the pits all the way up to the grandstands. We need all your help that we can get. God bless America, and thank you for all of our first responders and active military. In your name we pray. Amen. Our national anthem by Miss Tiffany Lane.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back here with you, I-44 Speedway Park. Bryson Colwell here alongside Eric Charlem and Andy Dunham down on the racetrack, and we will have him join us here in a few. We've got the turf tire division coming up next. The first heat of the night, we're going to have the 32T at Timothy Acreage from Geary, Oklahoma. in the 4X, Mitchell Cooper. From Tuttle, Oklahoma. From Choctaw, Oklahoma, the number 50 is Sheldon Coslow. The 16X of Danny Davidson out of Amarillo, Texas. The 97X of Kite Gates out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. The 00 will have Tony Huddleston from Edmond, Oklahoma. The 29B is David Jacobs from right here in Newcastle. 26T, Ted Moffley out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Christopher Reeves from Blanchard, Oklahoma in the 26. And rounding out the Turf Tire division is Willie Vickman in the 75. Going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Neil, right here at I-44 Speedway Motorsports Park.
All right, we're fixing to start some heat race action. Got a special guest up in the booth tonight, Mr. Brian Ward, my mentor. And I heard, Brian, you kind of had a little heartbreak this afternoon.
Well, I had an opportunity to go work with the World of Outlaws tonight at 81, but decided I-44's opening night was more important. So come out here and hang out with the micros here in OKC instead of the Outlaws up in Kansas.
Well, I'm glad you lied to yourself, but that's great for us. You want to call the first one?
I'll help out with some Turf Tire. I know these guys. Used to wheel around with them a little bit. Driver the number 26 out of Oklahoma City, that is Ted Moffel. He'll be setting the pace. And then the Del City Firefighter to the outside in that 4X, it is Mitchell Cooper. He's out of Tuttle, Oklahoma. Row number 2 in that red 00 from Edmond, Oklahoma, Tony Huddleston. And to his outside, it's scheduled to be the 32T of Tim Ackridge. That car is a no-show, so it's going to bump up. Gary Pearson's 97X, piloted by Kite Gates. Kite Gates out of Choctaw, so 4 drivers going 8 times around in heat race number 1 in your Turf Tire division. So the lights are out. Drivers get the one-time signal. We're going to look for the wave of the green flag here in turn number 4. Got the line marked there at the orange cone. Moffel will punch the loud pedal, and we are underway for heat race number 1. Moffel's going to roll the bottom. Cooper tries to go a little bit to the outside. Moffel has a better pull out of turn number 2, and they're going to go single file down the back chute as they round turns 3 and 4. They're going to stay in the same order they took the green flag. Moffel will lead lap number 1. Kite Gates in the rear of the field, not letting Huddleston get too far away. It's only about a car length, and now tightening up. He's ranked to the rear bumper of Huddleston at the rear of the field. As we look back up front, Moffel is still holding off any attempts for the top spot from Mitchell Cooper. Seeing all 4 cars on the screen right here, keeping it close. Now Mitchell Cooper, he's found a little bit of grip there. In about a half lane higher than Moffel through turns 1 and 2. He got right to the rear bumper of Moffel. Halfway through this, 4 down, 4 to go. Cooper, he's going to go even higher this time. He's going to try and rope around the outside. Moffel sticking down to the bottom. He's about a half car length off those white tractor tires. And now Cooper, he slowed his entry into turn 1 that time just a little bit, and he's going to lose some ground. Looked like he was catching up to Moffel, but Moffel's going to lead as we come to lap number 6 right here. 2 laps remaining in heat race number 1. The double popsicle sticks were in the air by flagger Grayson Whitwer. This time, the white flag. Final circuit, they started in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have maintained the same running order every single lap. No changes throughout heat race number 1, and the checks will come down. Ted Moffel, heat race winner in the first of 2 in the Turf Tire division.
Well, Brian, it's been 4 years ago that you and I first sat down and talked. This is starting my 5th season with you as my mentor as announcing, and my wife says, thank you, you get me out of the house plenty. You probably saved my marriage. But so congratulations in order. You just picked up a big promotion, getting to go with the ASCS guys, and your brother, Wyatt, yours dad over there, Randy Ward. So how's that working out? Y'all already done a race, haven't y'all?
Well, we've worked together a little bit in the past. Last year, Randy was on tour up in the booth calling it, and so when the national tour came to Red Dirt Raceway last season, we got to work together a little bit. But this year, it'll be each and every show, and our official season opener will be in 2 weeks at Salina up just outside of Tulsa.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. I've heard you two work together. Y'all have a blast.
It's a good time. I think we're going to have a real good ebb and flow, and talking about the cars down in the infield is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you always have fun going across the track to look at what's broken for sure. Heat race number 2 is going to look like this out of Amarillo, Texas. The 16X of Danny Davison will be your pole sitter. To his outside on the 50 out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's going to be Sheldon Coslow. To the inside of row number 2, your points champion from last year, it's a 29B. It's David Jacobs. And to his outside out of Oklahoma City, it's the old man. It's the 75 of Willie Vickman. Shotgun on the field out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. It's going to be the 26 of Christopher Reeves. Should we go ahead and call him Superman? We'll find out. Lights are out. 1 to go given to the drivers that come by the flag stand. We're looking for a green flag out of turn number 4. Coslow and Davison going to bring them to the stripe. Green flag is in the air. Loud pedal has been punched. Davison's going to squeak by on the inside, slide across the nose. Coslow's going to cross him over, going to drag race him down the back straightaway, and he's going to get taken twice. Vickman from that 4th spot up into the 2nd spot as they come around to finish lap 1. Coslow leading Vickman in 2nd. Davison, Jacobs, and Reeves as they round out through turn number 2. Jacobs already looking at the top side, trying to blow the nose down. He's going to get it down. They're going to be side by side at the stripe for 3rd spot. Vickman lost some territory there. He slid up high in turn number 2. He's going to try it again in turn number 3. Coslow still holding on to the point. Vickman shoves one in on him on the inside of turn number 1. Now he's going to get the run down the back straightaway. Coslow's going to slam the door as he comes down on the bottom and slides across the nose of that 75, holding Vickman in place. Halfway, flags are out. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Vickman even higher on the back straightaway, trying to get into turn 3. He's out of turn 4. He's going to use that momentum. He's going to blow by him as they come down the front straightaway. Vickman, your new leader in heat race number 2. Davison falling back. That car not sounding real good. He's going to pull it to the infield on the back straightaway. Vickman stretching his lead across the top side of Coslow in that 2nd spot. David Jacobs starting to reel them all in. White flag is in the air. One more time around for heat race number 2 of your turf tire division. Entering turn 3, looking out of turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Willie Vickman's going to take another heat race win, followed by Sheldon Coslow in the 50, David Jacobs in the 29B, and the 26 of Christopher Reeves. Now, Brian, this one's kind of loaded on you a little bit. I'm going to let you do first heat race because I know you're needing to get back down and help your nephew down there in the pits. But this one's got a lot of your go-kart guys in it. So I know you're going to have a blast with this one. Starting up next out of the topside roofing staging area, it's going to be the non-wing division, heat race number 1, and Brian Ward on the call.
Thank you, Neil. 7 drivers ready to roll out for the first non-wing heat race. 21 entries. You'll see 3 heat races in the non-wing division. And you are absolutely right. Zayden Vasquez, a go-kart veteran, has been moving up through the ranks, and he's got his micro out here tonight. He'll be your pole sitter. Zoom Zoom out of Amarillo, Texas in the number 11. To the outside, she's become quite the micro veteran now. She's moved up into running midgets and the 305. To the outside of the front row, out of Goldsby, Oklahoma, driving the number 6, that is Briley Kilmer. Moving back to row number 2 in the Victory Motorsports number 29S, out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, that'll be Blake Scott. And to the outside, from Skiatook, Oklahoma, the number 7, Philip Cordova. Former go-karter and now a micro champion here in I-44. Inside row number 3, driver the number 17. He's out of Midwest City. McConnell's Wrecker Service car, that is Tala McConnell. To the outside, out of Morris, Oklahoma, and the number 49. That's the pink and gray car with the purple numbers on it, Taryn Brown. On the rear of the field, a youngster that has moved up. He went from the go-karts to the junior sprints, and now he's running in the unrestricted non-wing division. He's out of Oklahoma City. Got some weight in his name. That is Max Norick. So 7 drivers. Setting the pace here. They're going to come around to corner number 4 where the white line is starting to dissipate a little bit. The green flag waves. Kilmer will jump to the outside and get ahead of Zoom Zoom. There comes Blake Scott right behind in the number 29. The Victory Motorsports car is going to go to the inside of Vasquez, but Vasquez will power around the outside and hang on to it in the HVAC MD car. McConnell is up to 4th right now. He went from a pink and blue wrap to the green and white. Changing it up a little bit. The Aquawell Drilling, 17. So kind of a 2-car breakaway, but now McConnell with a big slide across Blake Scott. Blake will take it back, and they're going to swap blows back and forth. Scott and McConnell. For the 3rd position, it is Vasquez and Kilmer that have broken away. Kilmer has the top spot, and Zayden is trying to chase her down. Problems with Zayden Vasquez. The right front went down and right into the wall the 11 car went. That's going to be the first caution as the yellow lights come on. You can see the streaks where he was on the brakes trying to shut that car down before the right front went into the wall and broke it down even more. That is a downtown sign and design caution flag. Zach, we appreciate you bringing Clint out onto the racetrack. Clint the cone. That is the trademark exterior and restoration cone. The restart cone on the front stretch. Drivers have to remain single file. They cannot pass each other until they have gone by that orange cone on the front straightaway. As the field paces around and gets set for this restart, they're still cleaning up. Vasquez there in turn number 3. Got the hook on it, so something broke and he couldn't rotate the car. The nose just stayed pointed straight down the back straightaway when he entered turn number 3. Got it shut down enough to where it wasn't a massive impact, not enough to roll it over. Did get a little bit of air time on that nose, and then looks like the shock, probably radius rods, a few things knocked down on that right front. They'll have to go to work and repair it before the A main tonight. Do not expect a B feature with 21 entries. I would expect all of them to advance to tonight's A main. So they're going to get the one-time signal. Single file here. It is Briley Kilmer now leading Blake Scott's 29. Tala McConnell sits in the 3rd spot. Philip Cordova, Taryn Brown, and Max Norick. Looking for the wave of the green right here. Back underway. Everyone is straight by the cone. They'll get Clint pulled off the racetrack. And the battle for that 2 spot now ensues between McConnell and Scott. They are side by side. Scott's got it. McConnell's going to dive to the inside, entering turn number 1. Slides the rear end across the nose of Scott, who takes it back. These guys are just trading blows back and forth. They was for the 3rd spot, but now with Vasquez out, they're battling for 2nd. Every point's going to matter here to line them up later on this evening. Blake Scott in the black and blue, number 29. Tala McConnell in the black and green, number 17, as a white flag waves for Briley Kilmer in that flow orange 6 car. And Goldsby, Oklahoma's Briley Kilmer will come around and take the checkered flag for heat race number 1 in the non-wing division. Tala McConnell is able to finish in the 2 spot. Blake Scott will take 3rd. Cordova 4th, and Taryn Brown will round out your top 5. So that's going to do it for the first of 3 heat races in the non-wing division. Neil, you're absolutely right. I'm going to head down and kind of assist with the junior sprint. Not a big car count there, but we're going to try and have some fun with it, get some more laps. Wyatt only gets to race about once a month at best, so I'd like to come support him and see if we can get a W tonight.
Well, it's fun to get you back here, Brian. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me. I appreciate you on my opening night of my 5th year, and thank you for getting me into this mess. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next go-round. And you'll have to keep your schedule with us so we can keep up with you with the ASCS. Follow him on Brian Dallas Ward on Facebook, and you'll get to see all the ASCS information from him also. He also does a deal from his truck where he does live, and he tells you about all the races in the state and everything else. So make sure you follow Brian Dallas Ward, and he will get that information to you. Heat race number 2 is going to look like this. On the pole out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 55 of Dalton Burley. To his outside out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's the 42X of Luke Anderson. To the inside of row number 2, also out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 3A of Colton Arnett. To his outside, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, driving the 93B tonight, it's the Broden Brown. On the inside of row number 3, the 13J out of Vancouver, Washington, it's Joseph Johnson. And to the outside, out of Marlow, Oklahoma, y'all will recognize this one, it's the 33 of Jet Nunley. On the shotgun on the field, out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 30R, it's Randall Calloway. Lights are out for heat race number 2. Green flag is in the air. The 42 of Luke Anderson takes off from the top side, holds the top all the way through turn number 2, and stretches a lead over Dalton Burley in that 55 car. The 93B of Broden Brown jumping up into that 3rd spot, but he's got company. Jet Nunley on his inside, trying to get across the nose. Didn't have enough room that time, but that's not going to slow him down. He's going to try to move up to the top side, right on the rear bumper of that 93B. The 13J right there with him, trying to run that car down. Vancouver, Washington driver in the Exalt Racing 13J of Joseph Johnson. Luke Anderson making it look easy out here in heat race number 2. On Point Services sponsored. 42 of Luke Anderson out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. Keeping the nose pointed in the right direction and the back end wriggling and feeding that thing like a crazy. 55 of Dalton Burley now is under attack from the 33 of Jet Nunley. Jet Nunley trying to run him all the way down. He got around the 93B of Broden Brown and made little time there, catching up to the 55 of Burley for 2nd place. 42X of Luke Anderson now into traffic. White flag is out, our final time around for heat race number 2. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag is going to fly for the 42X of Luke Anderson. At the stripe, it's going to be the 55, the 33, the 93B, and the 13J. But we've got the 30R of Callaway looking the wrong way. Question, when did the caution come out? Sounds like they're going to call it a race.
Just quickly remind everybody here as we get set for heat number 3 that the non-wing division right here on Oklahoma Sports Network brought to you by Victory Motorsports. Victory Motorsports also sponsoring a couple of cars out here tonight. Thank you to Victory Motorsports, Chris Scott, and everybody with them. Let's go back over to Neil for heat number 3 here at I-44 Speedway Park.
Heat race number 3 on the track. Kyle Hooper out of Tulsa, Oklahoma in that 14K. Wasted no time getting out of the gate and getting going. But that 297 of Dylan Berglund got up to the point. Here comes the 9 of Matt Moore in that 4th spot looking for more. .21C of Case Piper right there on the back bumper. Matt Moore right there behind him. Moore's going to look to the inside. He's going to throw a slider. Can he get him? Oh, we got contact up on his edge. Red flag's going to come out. That is going to be the 21C of Case Piper getting up on his lid. Driver's out of the car, patting him on the back, looks good. This field also loaded. Kyle Hooper out of Tulsa, Oklahoma in the 14K. Dylan Berglund out of Choctaw in the 297. Then you've got Seth Sylvester out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma in the 82. Matt Moore out of Bethany, Oklahoma in the 9. Hunter Embry out of Newalla, Oklahoma in the 27H. And Tim Trammell out of Yukon, Oklahoma in the 34. And, of course, Case Piper looking at that car. Can he get back in it, or are they going to have to put it on the hook? Case walking off the track. Big round of applause for Case Piper. Safety equipment done its job. We got a flip, and safety equipment won the job there. That's going to put Clint back out on the track. Our caution cone, trademark exterior and I can't talk tonight. That's my fault. First time out this year here at I-44, and I can't even get the words out of my mouth. Trademark exterior restoration. There we go. Say that 3 times fast. I'm not qualified. Just proved it. Caution comes back out. Cars are going to start making their way back around. going to hold the field on the back straightaway. Over the radio is what they're saying. Got a little fluid on the track. They're going to take care of that real quick. The 297 of Dylan Berglund will be your leader, followed by Matt Moore in the 9. Then you got Seth Bester right there sitting in third spot. The 34 of Trammell. The 27H of Hunter Embry will be moved into the fourth spot. With the 02, I believe that's three laps down, 5 laps to go. Lights are out. Drivers looking for a green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is back in the air. Dylan Berglund, Matt Moore, and Seth Sylvester breaking away from the rest of the field as they go down the back straightaway. Moore's going to look to the inside. He doesn't have enough room to slide him, but he's going to try. Sylvester diamond off of turn number 4. Got a heck of a run, put him right back on the back bumper. Matt Moore cannot get to the inside. Dylan Berglund has that lane shut off. Now Moore's going to try to dive bomb him. They're going to be side by side at the stripe. Moore backs off and pulls right up behind him so he can get right back there and get another run at him. Seth Sylvester's sitting there and waiting for one mistake from either driver. Now Matt Moore gets a run. They're side by side down in front straightaway. Moore's going to slide him into turn 1. Berglund cannot cross him back over. Matt Moore, your new leader, as they come down the back straightaway into turns 3 and out of turn number 4. White flag is out one more time around in your non-wing heat race number 3. Into turn number 3, looking out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Victory's Motorsports Matt Moore in the 9 taking the checkered flag, followed by Dylan Berglund in the 297. The 82 of Seth Sylvester having a problem. He stopped on the back straightaway immediately. Victory Motorsports sponsored number 9 of Matt Moore has to go to the scales, check out the weight, make sure that it's good to go. Up next, lined up in your top side roof and staging area, the full pull diesel performance junior sprints. This is going to be a fun one. On the pole out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, it's going to be the racing Mason McBride in the 98. To his outside, we've got a rookie. She's out of Yukon, Oklahoma, driving the 21P. And it's Paisley Slytong. To the inside of row number 2 out of Cache, Oklahoma. You heard Brian talking about this young man. It's Wyatt Yore in the 4. Blue Moon Custom Apparel, Black Widow Model Disposal Company. Boss Speedway, Moonlight Mechanical sponsored 4 of Wyatt Yore. Lights are out. 3 cars on the schedule to start. 3 cars make the call. Racing Mason McBride and that Wildcat Express. 98 on the pole. Paisley Sly Tom, her very first race under race conditions, was out here with us a couple of weeks ago practicing. Looked pretty good. Green flag is going to fly. Mason McBride in the 98, Wyatt Yore in the 4. Nose to tail as they go into turn number 1, out of turn number 2. McBride's going to stay right on the bottom. Yore's going to get up a little bit higher, trying to make a run, use that momentum. These cars have 212 Predator motors. They do have a lot of work to them. They're hopped up. They do run on methanol alcohol racing fuel. They have clutches. They have chains. These are just a little bit bigger version of a go-kart, but this is the entry level into the Micro Sprint Racing Series. McBride, he's a veteran of his own here coming out. He's tried a couple of restrictor races, but he keeps coming back to the junior sprint as long as he can run it. Wyatt Yore, like Brian said, he only gets to race about once a month, but when he does, he makes the most of it. Always competitive, always has a beautiful car out there. Miss Paisley in the 21P, she's getting used to that car. Once she gets used to it, she'll get that thing wound up. Problems for Yore in the 4. He's going to pull to the infield on the front straightaway. That's going to leave Mason McBride out there by himself for the lead. Paisley Slidehorn in the 21P, running in second now. 2 laps to go, given by the flagman last time by. Mason McBride will take the white flag here one more time around for our full pool diesel performance junior sprint division. Out of turn number 4, looking for the checkered flag, his first heat race win of the season. It's racing Mason McBride. Second place in the 21P, it's going to be Paisley Slidehorn. Tom. Up next, the top side roof and staging area. You'll see them over there. It's the mini mods, the 405 Raceway mini mods. 2 heat races in this division. Heat race number 1, lineup's going to look like this. On the pole out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 89 of Dan Enixon. To his outside, and the 28 out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, it's going to be Braden Griffin. To the inside of row number 2, Donco Plumbing Reed Construction, 58 of Keith Reed. To his outside, out of parts unknown. The only reason they're unknown is because nobody wants to claim him. It's the 09 of Donnie Wagner. Shotgun on the field out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. It's going to be the 44 of Brantley Griffin. Looks like we've got a scratch. The 44 of Griffin not making the call. 89 of Enixon, the 28 of Griffin. Your front row, Wagner and Reed on row number 2. Lights are out. Drivers are looking for a green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Enixon takes off. Keith Reed trying to go with him. Couldn't quite get there. Reed slowing down for some reason. The 28 of Griffin, and here comes the 09 of Wagner looking to the top side. He's going to try to turn the nose down. Couldn't quite get it done that time by. Oh, we got smoke out of the 58 of Keith Reed. I don't think that's a plumbing problem. I think that's an oiling issue. Wagner trying to look to the inside of Griffin. Can't quite get there this time. Griffin's going to slide up just a little bit. Reed lost the grip coming out of turn number 2. Griffin just shoots around him on the outside. Dan Enixon's got his motel room key in hand, and he's checking out. Headed for the car to put his luggage in the parking lot. Donnie Wagner going to look to the inside. He's going to shoot down on the inside. Can he hold the bottom? Here comes the 28 of Griffin on the top side trying to hold him off, but Wagner at the stripe takes that second spot away. Dan Enixon setting the track on fire, trying to get out away from everybody else. Coming up on the back side of Keith Reed in that 58 car. Wagner stretching his gap between him and the third place car of Braden Griffin. Dan Enixon taking his time, looking around. He's going to shoot to the inside. Reed's going to go up top, let him go. White flag is out one more time around for heat race number 1 in our 405 Raceway Mini Mod Division. Out of turn 3, looking out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Dan Enixon in the 89 going to take the checkered flag. Followed by the 09 of Donnie Wagner. And the 28 of Braden Griffin. Heat race number 2 on the track out of Mustang, Oklahoma. Your pole sitter in the 36 has opted to drop to the back of the field. That's Kyle Knight. To the outside, the 27 out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's Broden Brown. Oh, they've had a little adjustment on the lineup for this. Give me just a moment here. On the pole, it's the 83J. It's the Bounty Hunter. It's the 83J of Jordan Griffin. To his outside, the 27 Nightmare Chassis. That's the 27 of Broden Brown. On the inside of row number 2, the 36 of Kyle Knight. He's out of Mustang, Oklahoma. To his outside, the 96 out of Ada, Oklahoma. That's Mark Davis. And to the inside of row number 3, out of Yukon, Oklahoma, the 64 of Tim Ballou. And the 13 of Zachary Pendleton. Green flag is out. Broden Brown holding on to that second spot till the 96 of Davis takes him on the top side. Tim Ballou, Zach Patterson, and Kyle Knight rounding out your field. The Bounty Hunter, the 83J, your leader at the moment, the 96 of Davis, Snap-on sponsored mini mod out of Ada, Oklahoma. Running down, then lost some ground. Jordan Griffin, last couple of years, has made his mark in this mini mod division, traveling to Texas and up into Kansas and all over, trying to get this mini mod division to take off. Halfway flags are out, 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Broden Brown, Tim Ballou, and Zach Patterson all right there. Third, fourth, and fifth, and Kyle Knight creeping up to get in the fight. Jordan Griffin stretching his lead out as he comes around to 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Jordan Griffin into 3, looking out of 4. White flag is going to fly. We're going to go one more time around in our 405 Raceway Mini Mod Heat Race number 2. Out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, the driver of the 83J. It's going to be Jordan Griffin taking the checkered flag, followed by Mark Davis in the 96. Broden Brown in the 27, Tim Ballou in the 64, Zachary Pendleton in the 13, and Kyle Knight in the 36K. Looking over in the topside roofing staging area, you're going to see your restricted micros, House of Kawasaki Division. 2 heat races in this division, 16 entries. On the pole out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 30 of Gunnar Calloway. And to the outside, out of Fletcher, Oklahoma, take a seat in there, Steve-O sponsored 29 of Clayton Jenkins. To the inside of row number 2, all the way up from Greenville, Texas, it's going to be the 28 of Kyson Bolton. And to his outside, out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 40. It's going to be Ryder Calloway. Row number 3, out of Washington, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 14B of Chase Button. Did I just lose sound? Am I back now? Huh, okay. Wow, that was a new one. I hadn't had that happen before. Chase Button out of Washington and 14B on the inside of row number 3. And out of Cache, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 47. It's Miss Addison Bishop. To the inside, out of Central High, Oklahoma, the 22R, it's going to be Riley Oberst. And to the outside, out of Fletcher, Oklahoma, another Dacus Heat and Air sponsored, Victory Fuel sponsored, 24 of Cam Acker. Lights are out. Green flag is in the air, side by side down the front straightaway. Calloway and Jenkins. Jenkins getting a better run off of turn number 2. He's going to stretch into the lead. He's going to have that 30 of Gunnar Calloway right behind him in the 28 of Bolden right there with him as they head off. Caution flag is out. Got a car looking the wrong way on a one-way street. Not sure if he's going to want to change recipes or if he's just wanting to wave at his friends. But we need to turn him around so he gets in the right direction. That was the 40 of Ryder Calloway. No laps down. We're going to do an original restart, double file style. Your front row, the 30 of Calloway and the 29 of Jenkins. Row number 2 will be the 28. That's probably going to move the 14B of Button up to his outside. On the inside of row number 3, Bishop in the 47 and Oberst in the 22R. Cam Acker and the 40 of Calloway. I don't think that's right. The 40 goes to the back. 29 needs to go all the way back up to the front again. Before anybody gets frustrated, remember these drivers are like 10 to 15 years old. Some of them are pretty nervous right now, being their first race back for the season. Some of them got to run the shootout in Tulsa, but that's been since December, first part of January. Problems for Callaway in the 40. He stopped on the back straightaway. Gunnar Callaway, his brother, is your pole sitter. The best part about being here at I-44 Motorsports Park is the drivers come up to see Grandma and Grandpa and get big hugs. Miss Paisley, come up here for a minute. Green flag's back in the air. Callaway got the better jump this time, but Jenkins is going to try to run him on the inside. Gets underneath him. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Jenkins is going to drive it deep. He's going to hold on to the point as they come around to take the first lap. Jenkins now stretching his legs, but here comes Bolden in that 28, going to challenge Callaway in that 30 car for that second spot. Riley Oberst looking underneath the 24 of Acker, can't quite get around him. Both of those cars from Fletcher, Oklahoma. 14B of Button trying to get around Addison Bishop, and that's a hard chore. That young lady can drive that thing high, wide, and handsome and keep you back there. Clayton Jenkins getting the halfway flags right here. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Clayton Jenkins checking out. He's going to have everybody else looking for their positions. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Callaway doing a heck of a job holding off that 28 of Bolton. White flag is out one more time around for heat race number 1 of our House of Kawasaki restricted class. Out of turn 3, looking out of turn number 4 on the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Gunnar Callaway in second place. Kyson Bolden in that third spot. Chase Button, followed by Addison Bishop, Riley Oberst, Cam Acker, and Ryder Callaway. Now, Miss Paisley, that was your very first race. What'd you think about that?
I liked it a lot.
You liked it a lot. So you just bought the car. You came out and practiced with us. How many times have you driven that car now?
I think this is my 3rd time.
So you've only been in this car 3 times and you were making those kind of laps. That's pretty impressive. So are you ready for the season?
Yes.
Are you going to come out and join me every Saturday night you can?
Yes.
Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, our rookie in the junior sprint division, it's Miss Paisley Slytom, and she's driving the 21P, her very first race out here with us tonight. Miss Paisley, thank you and have a great weekend. Up next, heat race number 2 of our House of Kawasaki restricted class. If you look over in the topside roofing staging area, here they come. On the pole out of Altus, Oklahoma. Watch out, this young lady's pretty salty from coming down south. It's the 10cc of Charmaine Carey. To her outside, out of Amarillo, Texas, it's going to be the 18C. It's Grayson Cowan. To the inside of row number 2 out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, it's the GH7. It's Garen Howard. And to his outside, out of Ada, Oklahoma, It's the 99L of Caden Lane. Row number 3 on the inside out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's going to be the 90 of Maxwell Norick. And to his outside out of Tuttle, Oklahoma, the 14V of Brett Van Zant. Row number 4 on the inside out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. Showing up in his restrictor tonight, it's going to be the 98 of Racing Mason McBride. And shotgun on the field out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, the B&B sponsored 99C of Camden Cooper. The 18C of Cowan having a little issue as he come down the front straightaway, pulls it to the infield. Lights are out. Drivers are going to get the one to go right here. Carey and Lane with Cowan dropping out. He's got it refired. Can he rejoin the field? Caution light is back on. They're going to stop him right there. That's not the words you want to hear come across the radio. It sounded like his chain was having an issue. No drive shaft in these cars. These are motorcycle engines. They run off of motorcycle chains. They've got the 18C fired back around. He's going to start making some laps. Might have had just a little slack in the chain and it popped up there on the rollers and stuff and made it feel like it was. Oh, more problems for Cowan. He's going to pull to the infield here. Lights are out again. We're going to give it a go. One to go given to our drivers here at the flag stand. That puts Caden Lane up on the outside pole. Brett Van Zant up into the second row. Cooper up on row number 3 with the dropping out of Cowan. He was our outside row 1. Looking for side by side, nose to nose when they get to the stripe in turn number 4. They're lined up. Green flag is in the air. Charmaine Carey takes off Caden Lane. Garen Howard slides to the inside, slides across the nose, takes that second spot, but Brett Van Zant wants it. He's on the top side. Garen Howard's going to slide up. Van Zant's going to go to the inside. They're going to be side by side into turn number 1. Van Zant's going to slide up across the nose, a little bump in the bumper as they come around to turn number 2. Garen Howard's looking to the inside, trying to return the favor. Can't get it done. Van Zant with the momentum is going to hold on to that second spot. Caden Lane's waving as he goes down the back straightaway, trying to tell him goodbye. But look out, Brett Van Zant's going to reel him back in. Charmaine Carey, Camden Cooper, Maxwell Norick, and Mason McBride rounding out the field. Halfway flags are down, 4 laps to go. Brett Van Zant bringing that gap just a little bit closer, but does he have enough time in 4 laps to make up the gap for heat race number 2 of our House of Kawasaki restricted class? Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. Caden Lane not looking back, sustaining that lead over Brett Van Zant in the 14. Van Zant getting away a little bit. White flag is out. Garen Howard not able to pull him back in. And the Sierra Towing sponsored GH7 out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. Checkered flag is in the air. Ada, Oklahoma's Caden Lane going to take the checkered flag in the 99L, followed by Brett Van Zant in the 14. The GH7 of Garen Howard, the 10cc of Charmaine Carey, the 90 of Norick, the 99C of Cooper, and the 98 of McBride. If you look down into the top side roofing staging area, you're going to see the Victory Motorsports A-Class division. 2 heat races in this one, 16 entries. Caden Lane getting the thumbs up, making weight in that 99L. Your A-class division on the track. We're going to let the wings fly here at Slide Job City. On the pole out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 25C of Case Piper. To his outside out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the 29S of Blake Scott. Row number 2 out of Pecola, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 14F of Bobby Wolford Jr. And to his outside out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the 29 of Jackson Scott. Row number 3 on the inside out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 42X of Luke Anderson. And to his outside out of Amarillo, Texas, the 52S of Mason Spahn. Row number 4, also out of Amarillo, Texas, the 16X of Danny Davison. And to his outside in the 14K out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's going to be Kyle Hooper. On the outside, the first 2 rows, that's brothers. You've got Blake Scott in the 29S and Jackson Scott in the 29. Looks like we're going to have a scratch. Looks like the 29S of Blake Scott's not going to make the call. I'm sorry, it's not the 29S, it's the 29. Oh, the 29 opted to go to the back, so we're still missing one. Don't see Danny Davison out there in the 16X. That's the one we're going to miss. Danny Davison out of Amarillo, Texas, not making the call for the heat race. Lights are out. Looking for a green flag. Piper's on the loud pedal. Here we go. 25C straight to the inside, but here comes Blake Scott off the top side. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to stay on the back bumper. Now he's going to throw the slider a little late. He's not going to have enough room to make it work. He's going to have to back off. Kyle Hooper already up into that 3rd spot. That 3rd spot. Case Piper holding point with Blake Scott right there. Kyle Hooper, that 14K, trying to reel him back in. (14F of Wolford Jr. holding back the 42X of Luke Anderson. Trying to get another spot up. They're trying to run down that 3rd place car. Oh, Wolford Jr. almost had an interesting ordeal there in turn number 2. Lost the back end for just a second. Anderson took advantage of it. 2 laps left. White flags coming out right here. One more time around for your Victory Motorsports A-Class Heat Race number 1. Out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Case Piper in the 25C is going to take the checkered flag, followed by the 29S of Blake Scott, the 14K of Kyle Hooper, the 42X of Luke Anderson, the 14F of Wolford, the 29 of Jackson Scott, and the 52S of Mason Spahn. Up next, heat race number 2 of our Victory Motorsports A-Class division out of Amarillo, Texas. It's going to be the 11. It's Zoom Zoom. It's Zayden Vasquez. To his outside, out of Cache, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 29X of Mason Daughtery. And to the inside of row number 2 out of Oklahoma City, it's going to be the 1R of Cameron Reed. To his outside, out of Goldsby, Oklahoma, 158 feature wins in her short career. It's going to be the 6 of Briley Kilmer. And back out on the track, the GH7 of Garen Howard out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. He switched cars and jumped in. Matt Moore in the 9 car out of Bethany, Oklahoma, threw a wing on, and he's back out. Marlowe's own Jet Nunley in a 33 and Broden Brown in that 93B. Problems off the bat. Caution is back out. Problems for the 6 of Briley Kilmer. She climbed out of the car pretty quick, took her helmet off. Safety crew overseeing what's going on over there. Clint's going to come back out on the track unless they decide to go with a restart. I believe they're going to call an original restart. Give us just a moment. There's a couple of safety concerns going on right now. We have fluid coming out of the 1R. We want to make sure that that's not fuel coming out of that car. Fire is the number one concern of everybody out there. Flips are number 2. But if we have a fuel issue, that is a flame that we don't need. And they will push the 1R of Cameron Reed to the infield. Briley Kilmer is going to be pushed to the out gate. Zayden Vasquez in the 11 and the 29X of Mason Daughtery are your front row. The GH7 of Garen Howard, the 9 of Matt Moore on row number 2. The 33 of Jet Nunley and the 93B of Broden Brown. So we lost the 1R of Reed. We lost row 2 is what it comes down to. So we got them racked. They're looking everything over to make sure we don't have any other safety concerns. Going to have the cars run through the fluid on the track and kind of blend that in real quick, get them to spin those tires. That'll roll that fluid back down into the track and we can get this race underway. From listening to the chatter on the radio, I believe that is just water. Just like in your car, the water in these motors gets real hot. The downfall to that is that fire suit he has on is only good for fire. Water goes through it just like it does your t-shirt. That causes blisters, that causes burns, just as bad as fire does. Lineup is good. Drivers are going to get the 1-to-go signal and the lights are going to go out. Vasquez, Daughtery, Howard, Moore, Nunley, and Brown. Burks in the 04 will be shotgun on the field. Dylan Burks, a late entry, so he went straight to the rear. Vasquez and Daughtery right here at the stripe. Green flag is in the air. Heat race number 2 of your A-class division underway. Daughtery shoots out like a cannon, takes that top spot. Matt Moore is going to follow him on the top side. Vasquez down on the inside. Vasquez is going to slide up to the top, follow him. They're all 1, 2, 3. Garen Howard, Jet Nunley. Broden Brown is going to use that top side momentum. He's going to pull back into that 5th spot. Nunley trying to get back around and can't make it happen. Daughtery not checking out. He's taking Matt Moore with him and bringing Vasquez. Top 3 breaking away. Nunley throws a slider on the 93B of Broden Brown. He's going to make it stick. 2 laps left. Heat race number 2 of your A-class division. White flag is out one more time around. Now we've got 2 laps left. Halfway flags, that was on me. Mason Daughtery, Matt Moore. Zayden Vasquez. White flag is in the air. They're going to follow it one more time. Checkered flag is in the air for the 29X. Dacus Heat and Air sponsored 29X of Mason Daughtery, followed by the 9 of Matt Moore. The 11 of Zayden Vasquez taking up that 3rd spot. That takes care of our Victory Motorsports A-Class division. Up next, if you look over in the top side roofing staging area, the Victory Fuel Tuner division coming out on the track. Out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 37 of Brindley Bryson. Bryson Brindley, I'm sorry, I can't read again more on this one. The 101 of Jerry Cantrell out of Harrah, Oklahoma on his outside. Out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, the 51 of Dylan Wiest. To his outside, out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, in the 47, that's going to be William Hunt. And to the inside of row number 3, out of Yukon, Oklahoma, the 28 of Samuel Silva. To his outside, out of Duncan, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 8 of Briar Jackson. And shotgun on the field, out of Wellston, Oklahoma, the 29 of Jed Raines. Green flag is in the air. Our tuner division, Victory Fuel Tuner division underway. Jerry Cantrell not wasting any time. He's going to take the 47 of Hunt with him into that 2nd spot. Wiest in that 51 jumps up into 3rd. Briar Jackson the 8 and 4th. 28 and the 29 right there. Bryson into turn number 3. Caution is out. Only thing about these tuner cars you can't do is you can't drive them with 5 wheels. That tractor tire is not going to fit that 14-inch tire. Jerry Cantrell in that 101 out of Harrah, Oklahoma. The 47 of William Hunt. The 51 of Dylan Wiest. The 8 of Briar Jackson. The 28 issue with the 8 car of Briar Jackson. You see the safety crew going out there after, and they do have a fluid leak on that car. Looking to see where that fluid is coming from. We're not sure what it is yet. Briar Jackson out of Duncan, Oklahoma. That young man is just into his teens and out there running a tuner. I do invite you after the races to come out, go into the pit area, meet these drivers, take a look at their equipment, see what's going on. Everybody out there will talk to you. They're all friendly, and you'll be amazed at just what they're working with out there. And these cars, you've got one in your driveway. They're 4-cylinder front-wheel drive cars. Take all the glass out of it, put a roll cage in it, and if your wife drives like mine, this is the perfect class for her, because there's not a car out there that doesn't have a dent in it. And if anybody tells my wife, I'm going to deny it, because my wife is perfect. I tell her that every day. I'm hoping she doesn't read sarcasm. But after 35 years of living with me, there's no way that woman is sane. So Clint is out on the track. Trademark Exterior Restoration partner on the caution cone. 101 at Cantrell. The 8 is going to get his spot back because they did stop him for the safety. The 37 will go to the rear of the field. He was the caution. Only thing they're allowed to change on these cars versus the one you're driving on the street, they weld the doors and everything down, put a roll cage in it. They are allowed to shorten the exhaust. And if the kids are doing what they're doing where I live, then they've already got everything else going on, the short exhaust and everything anyway, so. Once again, we will ask everybody for a safety reasons to back away from the rail on the front straightaway. That is a safety feature to keep you safe. That fence will hold a lot, but we can't guarantee it'll keep that car in. So we need you back away from the fence, please. Green flag is out. Clint shaking in his cone, trying to hang on. Clint's going to be safe. Everybody makes the cone. Jerry Cantrell not looking back, getting that car to go. If you want to know what one of these drives like, your front-wheel drive car on ice is exactly what this drives like. They drive it with the brake as much as they do with the gas pedal. Cantrell, Hunt, Jackson, Wiest. Your top 4. Look out, that 47 car creeping up on the back bumper of the 101. Halfway flags are out. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Cantrell looking at the top side of the racetrack. That's going to open the bottom up for Hunt. He's going to take that 47 into the lead, but Cantrell's not done. He wants it back. They're fighting for the lead bumper to bumper down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cantrell's going to try to get the nose down, trying to get underneath him. Can't quite get there. You heard it right here. He didn't lift a bit off that 47 car all the way through the corner. Now you've got a big fight back here in the back of the field. The 51 of Wiest and the 28 battling hard for that 4th and 5th position. White flag is out one more time around for our final heat race of this evening. Looking out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. The 47 of William Hunt out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, going to take the heat race win, followed by the 101 of Cantrell, the 8 of Jackson, the 51 of Wiest, the 28 of Silva, the 29 of Rains, and the 37 of Brindley. That is going to conclude our heat race session of this evening's event. We're going to take a brief intermission. They're going to look the track over, see if any track prep needs to take place. Give everybody a few minutes to make some adjustments on their car. The concession stand is open. Something warm to eat, something cold to drink. And we'll be back with you here in just a few. Thank you again to everybody that's joined us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're going to take a few minutes here and enjoy.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Back here with you, Oklahoma Sports Network, coming to you live from I-44 Speedway Park in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Temperature has dropped. It was 81 when we began hot laps. Right now, temperature at 72. People putting on their jackets. Bryson Colwell here with you. We'll have Andy Dunham down in Victory Lane. Neil on the call up here in the booth. And coming up, we've got the A feature, 20 laps of the Turf Tire Micros. On the inside pole, number 75, Willie Vickman. And the outside, number 26, T. Ted Mofel. In spot number 3, in the 4X, Mitchell Cooper. The outside of row 2, number 50, Sheldon Coslow. Starting 5th, the 29B, David Jacobs. In 6th, the 00, Tony Huddleston. Out the inside of row 4, number 97X, Kite Gates. Starting 8, number 26, Christopher Reeves. The inside of row 5, starting 9th, the 16X of Danny Davidson. And in 10th, the 32T of Timothy Ackridge. Cars are hitting the track. It's time for the A feature. Turf Tire Micros here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
I feel the master. I feel him.
They get the 1 to go signal. It is the Turf Tire Division. Let's get your starting grid. Your pole sitter driving the number 75 at Oklahoma City. That is Willie Vickman. And to the outside, another OKC driver, Ted Moffel, in the 26T. Moffel won the opening heat race of the night. Row number 2, that purple 4X is Mitchell Cooper. To the outside, the 50. That's Sheldon Coslow out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. David Jacobs, Tony Huddleston will make up row number 3. Kite Gates and Christopher Reeves in row number 4. Danny Davidson and Tim Ackridge. In your 5th and final row, 10 entries in the Turf Tire Division. Lights are out. Green flag waves. We're underway for the Turf Tire. Vickman's going to lead him into turn number 1, driving that 75 car. It's almost a 3-wide battle for second, but now Cooper's going to drop back to the 5th position. Vickman stays out front right here with Cooper. Again, falling back to the 5 spot, it is Moffel trying to hold off the charge from Sheldon Coslow. Now they're going to separate themselves here in the top 3. Vickman in that bright-colored 75, a multi-time winner here at I-44, setting a pace to try and pick up another one right now. Looking further back here, Huddleston in that red 00. He's sitting just outside the top 5, and there comes a big move from the 16 car. That is Danny Davidson, the Amarillo, Texas driver. Now David Jacobs working on the back of Huddleston. As we move forward and up into the wall goes Coslow. Made some contact, but he comes back down on all 4s. The green light stays on. Now more contact. Mitchell Cooper has an issue, and we get him stacked up going into turn number 1. Cooper almost stalled it out. He got a big hit in the rear end. It kept him going, and now he's going to almost die again. Entering turn number 3, that car has a big issue. That's not Cooper. Excuse me, that's the other purple car. That is Tim Ackridge, who's had an issue. And everyone's going to have to work to get around him. Now we're going to take a look back for the battle for 3rd. That's going to be Huddleston and Kite Gates. Here's Tony Huddleston in that red 00, Kite Gates in the black and blue 97. Gates is going to dive to the inside underneath Huddleston. We're going to take a look at our lap times here as we go to the MRP live timing. Ackridge still slow down the back straightaway. Didn't get that timing here. So we take a look as they start to stack up here for the 3rd spot. Coslow, after his wall contact, has made it back to the rear bumper of Kite Gates in the 97. Ackridge Jumps over a tractor tire, the bottom of turn number 2. He's going to pull it to the infield now. Black flag is in hand. They're going to wave it to that 32 car, but he's going to go ahead and park it himself. Catching up to the rear of the field is the 75 car. Willie Vickman. So Willie Vickman has reeled in to the back of the field, and he's a straightaway behind the second place car. There's a bunch of traffic between him and Gates, but Kite Gates in the 97 still holding second. Sheldon Coslow's 50 is trying to work around him to take that spot as they go down the back straightaway. That 00 of Huddleston is in the 4th position, but now David Jacobs is going to take it around the outside, goes to 29B. Jacobs into 4th, Huddleston relegated to 5th. Look out, we had an issue. Someone got sideways in turn number 2 in front of the second place car. Christopher Reeves in the 26 car, the black and red one. That was the car that got turned around and pulled to the infield and will park it as well. Counting the laps down. We've just got a great battle for the 2 spot as your leader has come all the way around to the backside of the field. You're looking at the screen right now. That is Kite Gates in the 97 holding the 2 spot with Sheldon Conslow behind in the 50. Your best battle going on right now. Behind them, it's going to start to heat up for 4th as Jacobs has got that 4th spot, and there comes Mitchell Cooper in the 4X. Cooper sitting in 5th right now. White flag is going to wave for Vickman, and now we're going to count it down. We have a car stopped at the top of turn number 2. Are we going to keep going? Nope, the yellow light's going to come on before Vickman gets back around. That is a downtown sign and design caution light coming on the final lap of the race. Race fans, overtime in the Turf Tire Division. Left rear flat on Sheldon Coslow has brought that car to a stop. He was running in 3rd, took the white flag and halted. So now we're going to stack them up. The orange cone will be out. Green flag waves as they go by the trademark exterior and restoration cone. Vickman will lead, and now Jacobs is going to take advantage of the restart. He's going to go around Kite Gates 97. The white flag will wave for the second time in your Turf Tire main event. We'll see if we can get this final lap in. Everyone is by the flag stand clean here through turns 1 and 2. Final time down the back chute, Willie Vickman 75. Rotates corners 3 and 4 nicely. He'll come and take the checkered flag. David Jacobs will complete the second place spot, and Kite Gates falls back to 4th behind Mitchell Cooper. So what looked like Gates had a second place finish in hand ends up being a 4th place finish. It is Willie Vickman dominating this one from the jump. He leads it flag to flag and gets the victory. David Jacobs will take advantage of the late race restart to finish 2nd. Mitchell Cooper will take 3rd in that purple 4X. That'll do it for your Turf Tire Division. Mini mods are coming up next. Had some fun. Thank you for letting me come join the booth with you, Neil. Always enjoy getting to come and join you up here, and now I'm going to go back to the pits and watch some of it.
Well, I appreciate it, Brian. The best part about this is we've got something new here with the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're going to have some A-feature winner interviews. As soon as Vickman clears the scales and makes sure that he's legal. I did get to miss you all winter long because every time they raced the go-karts, I had to work, and you were stuck up there by yourself. I apologize for that, but I missed the good times we have with that.
Yeah, I enjoy these like 5-hour nights a lot more than the 15-hour days with the go-karts.
That is no doubt. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We leave at 3. It's always fun. And I'm just glad that they understand that we're tired and we start messing around. And we joke and have a good time. But those go-karts are sure enough fun and everything. As soon as Vickman gets off the scales, we'll get him over to Victory Lane. Oklahoma City driver. Been driving out here for a long time. Just celebrated his 22nd birthday. We're not sure how many times he celebrated this one. If he's 22, that's a rough 22 years, I promise you. Best part about Willie is he's a good character. We can laugh and joke and cut up with him. Getting the 75 car pushed into Victory Lane. Got Miss Megan down there, our trophy girl. Now we're going to throw it down to Andy Dunham on the infield. Andy? Technical difficulties for us here in this at the racetrack, but hopefully they got that over the TV side of it. You can see Willie down there with the check in hand. Hey, Willie, I have one question for you. Does that mean breakfast is on you at Waffle House? He said yes. You heard it right there. Next Waffle House up. Everybody's invited to join Mr. Vickman for dinner. The Victory Fuel in hand with the check. That is our topside roofing Victory Lane. Victory Fuel also partnered in that. Brian, appreciate you coming up. Good luck with the rest of your season. I hope we see each other pretty soon.
I'm sure I'll see you somewhere on the road.
Brian, you have a great one. That is Brian Ward, ladies and gentlemen. Long-time announcer in the state of Oklahoma. Red Dirt Raceway, I-44. Outlaw Motorsports over in Shawnee. He's called about everywhere you can think of now with the ASCS National Tour. Up next, our mini mod division. We do have a scratch. Our pole sitter is a scratch, the 09 of Donnie Wagner. So the lineup's going to look like this. On the pole out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, it's the Bounty Hunter. It's the 83 of Jordan Griffin. To his outside out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 89 of Dan Enochson.
Check.
I need time to announce the lineup, so give me time. On the pole is the 83 of Jordan Griffin. To his outside, the 96 of Mark Davis. To the inside of row number 2, and they're going to throw the green flag anyway. Jordan Griffin going to battle on the inside. Mark Davis on the outside, rubbing paint. Contact between the 89 and the 96 is going to bring out a caution flag. Enochson with no place to go. The 96 of Davis crossed his path. got the rear bumper, spun him around. Your 405 Raceway Mini Mod Division. Row number 2 was the 28 of Braden Griffin. Broden Brown in the 27 to his outside. Then you had the 64 of Tim Ballou, the 58 of Keith Reed, and that Donco Plumbing Keith Reed construction car in the 58. Zachary Pendleton out of Yukon in the 13, and Kyle Knight in the 36. Brantley Griffin in the 44, rounding out your field.
Test.
Jordan Griffin, Dan Enixon on your front row, bringing them to the stripe. Green flag is out. Griffin's going to dive to the bottom. Enix is going to try to hold the top side. He's going to use that power to get around side by side. Griffin's going to dive off in the corner, but here comes Enixon up on the outside. He's going to shoot to the lead at the stripe. The 89, now the 83 is going to throw a slider into turn 1. Enixon can't cross it over, got slid up. Now the 83J of Jordan Griffin is your leader. Tim Ballou from the top side. Going to slide into that third spot. Broden Brown. Problems for Enixon. Got up in the fluff. He's lost 2 spots. Back into that 4th spot. Zachary Pendleton trying to reel him in. Broden Brown trying to hold him off. Couldn't get it done. Enixon back up into that 3rd spot. Pendleton looks to the inside of Broden Brown, the 27. Couldn't quite get it done right there. The 44 of Brantley Griffin trying to get around. Here comes the 96 trying to work his way back up to the front. Having that issue on the back straightaway, had to go to the back of the field due to the caution. Now he's trying to work his way back through, finding a tough road to go, trying to work back through the field. Enixon back to the lead, but Griffin's going to take it back away from him down the front straightaway. Problems, that was 58 of Keith Reed, I'm sorry. 2 orange cars, I got them mixed up. Tim Ballou is your 2nd place car, followed by Nan Enixon in the 89. Keith Reed is a back marker, everybody trying to go around him. He's in the middle of the track, everybody looking high, looking low, can't get around him. Enixon's going to dive to the inside. Reed's going to try to hold his spot. Pendleton was on the top side. Now he's going to go. Griffin going to use that 58 car as a pick. We've got a caution on the field. Debris in turn number 4. Safety crew quickly out to get that debris picked up. 7 laps complete, 13 laps to go. '96 was the debris caution. That was a transponder that flipped out onto the track. They're bright yellow and orange, so they're easy to spot in the dirt. Lights are back out. The caution come out for the transponder. The 96 will be put back on the back row, being the cause for the caution. Jordan Griffin earned the name the Bounty Hunter. Last season, Dan Enixon in that 89 car ran about a 5-race string, and they came out and the drivers put the money together and they put $100 bounty on Dan Enixon's head. Anybody that could beat him got the $100, and Jordan Griffin took him out so he could not get the 6th win, earning himself the name the Bounty Hunter. He's going to bring them to the green. He takes them all the way to the stripe. Green flag is out. Griffin, Ballou, and Enixon, your top 3. Here comes Broden Brown, shoots the gap, gets to the middle. He goes from 5th to 3rd. Enixon's going to cross him up. He's going to cross back over to the 27. He's going to keep that 3rd spot. A 2 for 1 going into 2, and now he's going to hold it. The 27, the Nightmare Chassis of Broden Brown, trying to run down his teammate, the 64 of Tim Ballou. Broden Brown sizing up that 64 car. They're going to stay on the top side. Enixon drives it in deep, trying to hold the top side. Can't quite get it to stay. Broden Brown's going to look to the inside. He's going to take that 27 Nightmare Chassis into the 2nd spot. Problems for Ballou. He's slowing down. Everybody's going around him. He's on the top side. He's going to take the 64 to the infield. We're going to stay clean and green. Jordan Griffin, Broden Brown, Dan Enixon, Griffin, Kyle Knight in the 36, Zachary Patterson in the 13. Broden Brown's got his work cut out for him now. That 83J of Jordan Griffin is checked out. The bags are in the car. He's in the parking lot. He's trying to get away. The 27 got pinned in behind that 58 car of Keith Reed. Dan Enixon trying to take advantage of it at the stripe. Enixon back up into the 2nd spot, 5 laps to go. Enixon brought that 36 of Kyle Knight with him. Now the 27 of Broden Brown is going to have to fight back hard to get back up into that 2nd spot. You can see the track taking rubber right there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Doing the same on the entrance of 3. Broden Brown trying to work it around the 96 with a problem. He's going to pull to the infield off the back straightaway in turn number 3. 2 laps left in our Mini Mod A feature. 405 Raceway Mini Mod. White flag is out one more time around for your Mini Mod division. Partnered with the 405 Raceway. Out of turn number 3, looking down the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. The Bounty Hunter, Jordan Griffin, taking the first checkered flag of the season, followed by Dan Enixon, Kyle Knight, Broden Brown, Zachary Pendleton, and Keith Reed. Broden Brown had a heck of a race. He went up to second, dropped back to fifth, made his way back to fourth, and then back into the fifth spot. Dan Enixon using that back marker as a pick, kept that 89 car back up into the second spot real easy. Top 5 will go to the scales for weight. Jordan Griffin with a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. There's your A feature winner, the 83J, the Bounty Hunter. It's Jordan Griffin. Going to make his way to victory, our top side, Victory Fuel, Victory Lane. Give Jordan a couple of moments to get out of the car. Andy. Wireless mic giving us fits. We're going to try something else real quick. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, climbing out of the car. Let's hear it for Jordan Griffin, your first A feature winner of the season here at I-44 Motorsports Park. Miss Megan out there with the check and the can of Victory Fuel energy drink.
Test.
Up next, it's our Victory Fuel A-Class division. Jordan Griffin's got the check in the car with him. He's headed to the bank with that one. Well-earned A-feature win right there. Your A-Class division lineup's going to look like this. Out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, on the pole, it's going to be the 14K of Kyle Hooper. To his outside, out of Cache, Oklahoma, the 29X of Mason Daughtery. On the inside of row number 2 out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 25C of Case Piper. And to his outside, out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, the G87 of Garen Howard. Row number 3 out of Marlow, Oklahoma, it's the 33 of Jet Nunley. And to his outside, out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the 29S of Blake Scott. Row number 4 out of Amarillo, Texas, it's the 11 of Zayden Vasquez. And to his outside, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 93B of Broden Brown. Row number 5 out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, in the 42X, it's going to be Luke Anderson. And to his outside, out of Lone Grove, Oklahoma, the 04 of Dylan Burks. Row number 6 out of Pecola, Oklahoma, the 14F of Bobby Wolford Jr. And to his outside, also out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the 29 of Jackson Scott. Row number 7 out of Amarillo, Texas, it's the 52S of Mason Spawn. And to his outside, out of Bethany, Oklahoma, it's the 9 of Matt Moore. Row number 8 out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's the 1R of Cameron Reed. And to his outside, out of Goldsby, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 6 of Briley Kilmer. Shotgun on the field out of Amarillo, Texas, it's going to be the 16X of Danny Davison. Couple of adjustments, the 52S of Mason Spawn and the 29 of Jackson Scott opting to go to the rear of the field. Broden Brown, the driver of the 93B, was just in our mini mod class, so they are giving him just a couple of moments to switch over cars and make sure he's buckled in safely. While it's quiet, can anybody tell me who won the A-class points for last year? Looking for hands, looking for hands. Oh, I see a hand. Who won the points last year? Mason Daughtery, you're right, the 29X starting on the front row. We also have in our mix Brent Bartlett. Brent Bartlett is up here video and also does videos for us a lot. Missed him for the last couple of years. He's had some other obligations, but he's back up here tonight. So Brent Bartlett Videos is up here. And Brent, I believe it's happy anniversary. You and Rhonda been married forever, as Rhonda says. 45 years. She's kept you in line for 45 years. That woman is a saint. And one of our race family members is having a birthday. I think it's his 21st birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Wes White, happy birthday, young man. Great to have you out here every Saturday night right in the same spot. Now we've got Broden Brown buckled in. He's ready to go. Oh, we got some arm restraints have came off. Trying to figure out what car has dropped his arm restraints. Arm restraints are a necessary part of the safety equipment. They keep their arms in the car in case it gets upside down or out of shape. These guys have requirements for safety equipment. They have to have some shoes. They have to have suits, helmets, a Hans device, arm restraints. All these cars have got full containment seats. The wings are there for downforce. They're also there for a bounce, just in case they need the energy absorption. So it's kind of hard to say. Lights are out. We're looking for a green flag. Our Victory Fuel A-Class A feature right here on the grid. Green flag is going to fly, and we're underway. Kyle Hooper, Mason Daughtery drag race down the front straightaway. Mason Daughtery, that 29X, taking the lead. Garen Howard trying to go with him off the top side. Couldn't quite get it done. We're almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. Jet Nunley. Case Piper battling hard for that fourth spot. Nunley's going to slide underneath. Look out. Here comes Zoom Zoom. He's zooming on the bottom. Blake Scott put that 29S underneath him and use that slick spot to get underneath. Zoom Zoom trying to reel him back in. He's going to run right up behind him. But Scott's going to look to the inside of Piper trying to pick up another spot. He's going to try to slide up in front of him. Piper's going to shut that door, take the top side. Mason Daughtery, Kyle Hooper, Garen Howard, and Jet Nunley, a 4-car breakaway for the lead. Oh, we got Garen Howard up into the wall. Jet Nunley was sliding up. Garen Howard took evasive maneuvers. 2 cars got around him as he went up and kissed the wall out of turn number 2. Keeps his car going. Everything looks good. Zayden Vasquez is going to slide up in front, trying to find a way around that 29S of Blake Scott. Luke Anderson moving up. He's now behind that 93B of Broden Brown, trying to make a move. Zayden Vasquez looks to the outside of Blake Scott. Blake Scott slams the door, pushing it up towards the wall, trying to keep that 11 car behind him. Gets it done. Luke Anderson looking underneath the 93B of Broden Brown. Gets that taken care of. He's going to move up one more spot. Now he's going to go to the top side, trying to get around Garen Howard. Garen Howard has got a flat right rear tire. That's going to put him on the infield. Another car has went to the infield. Looks like the 04 of Burks. Blake Scott and Zayden Vasquez battling hard, trying to figure out that 5th spot. Mason Daugherty is into the soup now. Jet Nunley in that 2nd spot got around Kyle Hooper on the last lap. Mason Daugherty trying to use the top side, trying to get through traffic. Jet Nunley keeps creeping up closer and closer. Can he pick his way through the traffic? He's going to dive to the inside. Gets underneath. Oh, Jet Nunley's going to shoot the gap between the 14 and the 1R. Trying to move up. He gets it done. Now Kyle Hooper's got a car between him and that 2nd place vehicle. Mason Daugherty trying to run away and hide, but Jet Nunley's not going to have any of that. He's going to be right there with him. Hooper slid up across the nose of the 1R, lost the back end. The 1R lap car gets back around him and underneath him. Problems for Mason Daugherty, your leader. He's going to pull to the infield. That gives a lead to Jet Nunley out of Marlow, Oklahoma. Down the front straightaway with 5 laps left. 29S battling his way through. Luke Anderson trying to pick his way through the traffic also. Jet Nunley with almost a full straightaway advantage as he's getting around the track. Trying to hold on to that lead. Kyle Hooper trying to reel him in. Jet Nunley in traffic. The 11 of Zayden Vasquez in your 3rd place, followed by Chase Piper in that 25C, followed by the 29S and the 42X. Jet Nunley pinning his ears like he, oh, we've got a problem. We've got the 14K of Kyle Hooper hard up into the turn 2 wall. Caution is out. Something broke. You saw the front end switch, and that car took off hard to the wall. We've got another car coming to a stop on the back straightaway in turn number 3. That's the 29S of Blake Scott. Looks like front end issues on that car, down in the dirt with the radius rods and the A-frame over there. Mason Daugherty ejected out of his car from the lead. Not sure what happened there. "17 laps complete. 3 laps left." Small technical assistance up here. We had to get another wireless microphone. It works. We're going to go give it a try. get our victory lane stuff. We're going to cross our fingers, toes, and our nose hairs. Jet Nunley is your leader in the 33, followed by Zayden Vasquez in the 11. The 25, Sea of Case Piper, the 29. 29 of Blake Scott. The 42X of Luke Anderson. The 14F of Wolford. Green flag is back out. Clint's back out. Our trademark exterior restoration cone. Our downtown signs and design caution come out. Problems. That looks like the 93 of Broden Brown. He's going to pull to the infield. White flag is out. One more time around for our Victory Fuel A-Class A feature. Jet Nunley. Zayden Vasquez going to battle it out to the stripe out of turn number 4. Jet Nunley's going to take the checkered flag, followed by the 11 of Zayden Vasquez, the 25C, the 29, the 42X, the 14F of Wolford, the 52 of Spawn, the 1R, and the 6 of Riley Kilmer up there a couple of spots. Jet Nunley out of Marlow, Oklahoma. Driven Midwest, sponsored 33. Nope. Nunley, no. He's going to go before we get a chance to talk to him. Well, no victory lane deal on that, but he got a thumbs up for the weight. That's good. Not going to get his check for Miss Morgan or his victory fuel, but I bet we can run that back to him. Up next, it's our full pull diesel performance junior sprint division. On the pole out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 98 in the Wildcat Express. It's going to be the 98 of racing Mason McBride. And to his outside, out of Yukon, Oklahoma, in her first A feature, it's going to be the 21P. It's going to be Miss Paisley Slight Tom. Shotgun on the field out of Cache, Oklahoma. Blue Moon Custom Apparel, Black Widow Model Disposal Company, Boss Speedway, Moonlight Mechanical. It's going to be the 4 of Wyatt Yore. Full Pull Diesel Performance Junior Sprint Division. The 98 of McBride, the 21 of Slight Tom, the 4 of Wyatt Yore on the track. Lights are going to be turned out right here. Drivers are going to get the 1 to go signal. Oh, they're going to move the 4 up to the outside. She opted to go to the rear of the field. The lights are out. Looking for a green flag in turn number 4 at the stripe. Green flag is in the air. Drag race down the front straightaway. Wyatt Yore on the 4 on the top side. Mason McBride on the inside. McBride's going to come out of the back straightaway with the lead. Yore looking to the inside. He's going to go a tick higher, trying to use that momentum to get around McBride. They're going to be drag racing into turn number 1. Not going to happen. McBride's going to slide up, hold that spot. Wyatt Yore right back there on the back bumper. Mason McBride, your leader. He's going to take it on the bottom all the way through 3 and 4. Slides up to the top. Going to hold on to the point for another lap. Mason McBride digging hard, trying to keep Wyatt Yore behind him. Wyatt Yore's patiently waiting. He's got several laps here. They're going to go around the 21P. Her first A feature. Once she gets that car figured out, she's going to be a handful. You can already tell by the way she was up here talking to me. She's got a very ornery look in her young eyes. These boys might be in trouble. Mason McBride stretching it out to a couple of car lengths lead. Wyatt Yore trying to reel him back in. McBride stretching it out just a little bit further. Halfway, flags are out. Full Pool Diesel Performance Junior Sprint A feature. McBride stretching his lead for another lap. Wyatt Yore trying to reel him in. McBride coming down the front straightaway, clicking off another lap, looking to the top side, gets around the 21P, puts her another lap down. But at this point, it doesn't matter. She's gaining experience and seat time. That's what she's after right now. That's the only way to get better in any of these cars. Two laps left in your Full Pool Performance Diesel Junior Sprint A feature. McBride with a straightaway lead over the 4 of Wyatt Yore. White flag is out one more time around for racing Mason McBride and that Wildcat Express 98. Down the back chute into turn 3, looking into turn 4, going to look for the checkered flag at the flag stand. 98 of racing Mason McBride takes the checkered flag, followed by Wyatt Yore in the 4 and the 21P of Miss Slightop. All three will go to the scales. Mason McBride on the scales. Thumbs up from the scales. Ladies and gentlemen, your A feature winner, it's official. The 98 Wildcat Express out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. It's racing Mason McBride. He knew exactly where to go. Check that out. Going to go down there and see Miss Morgan, get his check and his Victory Fuel drink down there in Victory Lane.
Test.
Getting the belts off, getting ready to climb out of the car. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he's going to try it a different direction here. There he comes, feet first out of the other side. Give him a moment to get that helmet off. He's not going to worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's racing Mason McBride. Andy, we hope your microphone's working this time. We're going to throw it down to you in the infield there. Andy Dunham with Oklahoma Sports Network.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Neil. Great job as always. Thank you, everybody coming out tonight in person and on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We got racing Mason McBride coming down with us. There he goes. See why they call Racing Mason. That was impressive stuff.
He's got to make a run back. He's got to run over to get in his restrictor. He's got to get in the next race, Andy, so he was in a hurry.
Absolutely. Throw it back up.
Thank you, Andy. And we got your microphone working. That's what we've been up here hustling, trying to get done. Good to finally get to hear you down there. Racing Mason McBride is going to go off in 13th position in the next race, so he had to hurry over and get to his car. Dad pulling double duties just like his son this week, trying to keep two cars going. Up next, it's going to be our House of Kawasaki restricted class. The only difference between these cars and the A-class cars is a restrictor plate between the carburetors that limits the fuel going down to keep the horsepower down just a little bit. This is a learning class. They take the restrictor plates off, and these are A-class cars ready to roll. This one is going to be a blast. 20 laps to decide the outcome on this one. Starting in the 16th position out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. It's going to be the 99C. Starting 16th, it's going to be the 99C of Camden Cooper. To his inside, starting in the 15th position out of Amarillo, Texas, it's going to be the 18C of Grayson Cowan. Starting in the 14th spot out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 40 of Ryder Callaway. 13th at Newcastle, Oklahoma, the 98 of Racing Mason McBride. In the 12th position out of Fletcher, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 24 of Cam Acker. In the 11th spot out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 90 of Maxwell Norick. In the 10th spot out of Central High, Oklahoma, the 22R of Riley Oberst. In the 9th spot out of Altus, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 10cc. It's going to be Charmaine Carey. In your 8th spot out of Cache, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 47 of Miss Addison Bishop. And to her inside out of Washington, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 14B of Chase Button. In your 6th spot out of Greenville, Texas, it's going to be the 28 of Kyson Bolden. And to her inside, in his inside out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, the GH7 of Garen Howard. In the 4th spot out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 30 of Gunnar Callaway. And in the 3rd position, it's going to be out of Fletcher, Oklahoma. It's going to be the 29 of Clayton Jenkins. Your front row is going to look like this. On the outside out of Tuttle, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 14V of Brett Van Zant. And on the pole out of Ada, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 99L of Caden Lane. Waiting on the 98 of Mason McBride. Safety is always our biggest concern. Get them strapped in correctly and get them going. He's going to join his spot on the inside of row number 7. Looks like Mason is going to opt to start at the rear of the field. Lights are out. Driver's got the one to go. Caden Lane on the inside. Brett Van Zant on the outside. Your front row. Field stacked behind them. Side by side, nose to nose at the stripe. Green flag is in the air. We're underway, and our our House of Kawasaki restrictor. Caden Lane's going to slide up across the nose. He's going to hold that top spot for right now. He's got 2 cars right behind him. They're really hungry and wanting this spot. Clayton Jenkins. Oh, we got 2 cars up into the wall. Clayton Jenkins and Brett Van Zant come together. Garen Howard taking advantage and going up into that second spot. Now he's going to shoot back underneath the 29 of Clayton Jenkins. Clayton Jenkins is going to take it back to the inside. He's going to slide across the nose. Howard's going to try to cross him over. Here comes Brett Van Zandt. He wants up into the mix. Gunnar Calloway right behind them. Kyson Bolden right there behind them in that 5th spot. Your top 5 trying to get away from everybody else. Not happening. Caden Lane is going to check out, but the caution is going to come out for the 40 of Ryder Calloway. Once again, looking the wrong way on a one-way street. Two laps down, 18 laps to go. Trademark exterior restoration, cone out on the front straightaway. Clint is what we call him. Clint's wide-eyed and ready to go. Downtown signs of design caution out on the track. Timing and scoring is making sure everybody is in their correct position. The 99L of Caden Lane, the 29 of Clayton Jenkins, the GH7 of Garen Howard, the 14V of Brett Van Zant, the 30 of Gunnar Calloway, the 28 of Kyson Bolden, the 14B of Chase Button, the 47 of Addison Bishop, the 22R of Riley Oberst, the 10cc of Charmaine Carey, the 90 of Maxwell Norick, the 24 of Cam Acker, the 99C of Camden Cooper, the 18C of Grayson Cowan, the 98 of Mason McBride, and the 40 of Gunnar Calloway. Lights are out. Single file restart. It's Caden Lane's race to start anytime he reaches that tractor tire over in turn number 3 all the way to the cone. If he hasn't gone by then, the green flag will fly at the flag stand. The mind games have begun. Caden Lane's on the throttle. Green flag is going to fly. Remember, no passing till you get past Clint on the front straightaway. Everybody made the cone, so we're good there. Clayton Jenkins trying to go down to the inside, try to get around Garen Howard in that GH7. Not going to happen that time. Now he's going to have the position, but Garen Howard's going to fight back on the top. Can't get there. Garen Howard's going to try to cross him over. He's going to slide across the nose of the 29. Brett Van Zant going to hold the inside on the 29. He's going to try to take that 4th spot away. Garen Howard slides up. Caution on the track. Ryder Calloway looking the wrong way again in that 40 car. Two caution rule jumped out and bit the 40 car. If you are the cause of 2 cautions, they will put you to the infield. Unfortunate for the 40 car. Caden Lane, the 99L, still holding the lead. Garen Howard in that GH7. Clayton Jenkins in the 29, the 14 via Brett Van Zant, the 30 of Gunnar Calloway, and the 29 of Kyson Bolton. The 14B, that's Chase Button. The 22R of Riley Oberst, and the 47 of Addison Bishop. The girls are all together. Charmaine Carey right there behind Bishop in that 10cc. Norick, Acker, Cooper, Grayson, and McBride. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. Garrett Howard was going to try to throw one on Caden Lane. Couldn't get it done. Lane's going to take that top side and hold on to the point, but Clayton Jenkins is going to show the nose on the inside. Side by side out of turn number 4. They're back in the second and third. Garrett Howard sliding up way high in turn number 2. That's twice now. Can Clayton Jenkins take advantage of that? He's going to go to the inside. Garrett Howard is going to try to slam the door. Couldn't get it done. Now Clayton Jenkins is going to slide up. Brett Van Zant's going to shoot the gap to go for a twofer. Down the back straightaway. He's going to move into third, but Clayton Jenkins is going to use that top side momentum to fight back and get that second spot back. While they're back there fighting and everything, Caden Lane has put his bags in the car. He's trying to check out and get out of the parking lot. 3-car battle back here in the back of the pack. The 10cc of Charmaine Carey, Addison Bishop in the 47, the 90 of Maxwell Norick battling hard down the back straightaway. At Bishop losing a spot there. Caden Lane is already caught up to the back side of the field. Now he's got to deal with traffic. Is that going to be good for Clayton Jenkins? Can he reel him in from here? Caden Lane goes to the inside around the 98 of McBride. He's going to go to the top side around the 18C and then around the 52. Clayton Jenkins is getting closer. Now, can Clayton get through cleanly? Got traffic to deal with. Clayton Jenkins is going to bump the 98 rear tire. He's going to slide up. Brett Van Zant's going to creep up on the backside bumper. Couldn't get it done. Clayton Jenkins got it reeled back in and going to keep it straight. Now Van Zant's going to look to the inside. Is he going to get pinned behind the 98 of McBride? Clayton Jenkins is going to slide across the top side, going to keep that second spot. Caden Lane is already up a couple of cars, got a couple of cars between him and that second place of Clayton Jenkins. Jenkins looks to the inside, gets around the 18C, can't quite get around the 99C of Camden Cooper. Caden Lane not wasting any time. He's on the top side. He's going to go around the top of the 90, going to the underneath side of the 10cc. Now he's got 4 cars between him and the second place car of the 29 of Clayton Jenkins. Problems for Addison Bishop. She's slowing down on the front straightaway, going to pull into the infield. Almost stacking the field up behind her. 5 laps left in your House of Kawasaki Restricted Class A feature. Caden Lane with almost a half a track lead over Caden Lane and Clayton Jenkins. Jenkins getting away from the 14B of Van Zant. Van Zant gets around the Howard. Gunnar Calloway trying to pull his way through. Now you've got the 28 of Bolden and the 14B of Button trying to pick their way through traffic. They're 3 wide as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, we've got one upside down. The 14B of Chase Button got up into the front straightaway wall, and the car went over on its lid. Red flag is out. The only person in the track that did not want to see that downtown signs and design caution come out was the 99L of Caden Lane. 17 laps complete. He was 3 laps away from his A feature win. Now we're going to re-rack and stack them. That's going to put the 29 of Clayton Jenkins right back on the back bumper of that 99L. Safety crew checking on Button, seeing the car straight, how it's going. Driver sounds like he's good. There he comes. Washington, Oklahoma driver. He's going to climb up and get a ride in the Gator. Glad to see him climb out of that car. I can't see what's going on, but I'm going to say if you put that in R, it will go the other way. D does not mean backwards. Maybe it don't have reverse. There we go. We found it. Chase, you might have been better off in the car. Just saying. Chase got his helmet off. Chase, give us a big wave if you're all good. There we go. The best part about it is he'll be rip-roaring ready to go if that car wasn't bent or broken somewhere. Don't put it past any of our safety crew drawing a leg on that D to make it look like another R, because they'll do that to each other. Working our way through, we would like, don't get to say it enough, Oklahoma Sports Network here with us tonight, live streaming, having a great time. We got Andy Dunham down on the infield down there. We're going to get to hear a lot from Andy Dunham here in the next few races. Now, you up in the stands, this is the most people I've seen in a long time in the stands. Let's have a round of applause for yourselves showing up on night number 1. Starting our 2025 season off with a bang here. You guys are making it possible. We appreciate each and every one of y'all showing up tonight, along with our 83 entries into the fields. Going to have a hot pit over there in the top side roofing staging area for the 30 of Gunnar Calloway. Not sure what's going on over there yet. Maybe he's just going to go ahead and take it on back to the trailer. Caden Lane in the 99L did not want to see that caution at all, because that puts Clayton Jenkins in that 29 car right behind him, and Brett Van Zant, Garen Howard, Kyson Bolden, Riley Oberst, Charmaine Carey, Cam Acker, Mason McBride, Maxwell Norick, Grayson Cowan, and Camden Cooper right on his bumper. Going to adjust the lineup, looks like by one car there. Going to put... thought they were going to move Maxwell Norick up in front of the 10cc of Charmaine Carey. That's what it looked like. That's what we're doing. Timing and scoring, going through the field, making sure everybody's in their spot. We need to get Clint out on the track. Our trademark exterior restoration cone. Clint may feel safer on the infield, but where Clint is at, there is no passing till you get to that point. The 99L of Caden Lane, it's his race to start. He can go anytime from here. Everybody stacked up on his back bumper. He's going to nail the loud pedal. Here we go. Riley Oberst takes it to the bottom. She's going to jump up in front of the 28 Kyson Bolden. Now she's going to get in front of Garen Howard. Garen Howard's going to try to use the top side to get back in front, but he's not going to make it. Riley Oberst got a twofer going into turn number 2. Moves her car up into that 4th spot. Now Garen Howard's going to slide across the nose. Riley Oberst's going to cross him over. White flag is out. We're going to go one more time. Caden Lane into turn number 3. Looking out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is going to fly. The 99L of Caden Lane taking the checkered flag, followed by Clayton Jenkins, Brett Van Zant, Riley Oberst, Garen Howard, Kyson Bolden, Maxwell Norick, Charmaine Carey, Cam Acker, Grayson Cowan, Mason McBride, and Camden Cooper rounding out your field. Your top 5 will go to the scales. Caden Lane pulling up there now. Pace Chassis, Jim's Auto and Diesel, Right Water. Sponsored 99L of Caden Lane. Also some Paul Albers sponsorship on that car. Caden Lane got a thumbs up from the scales. He's going to pull into victory lane. Caden Lane getting the belts off. Going to climb from the car. Ada, Oklahoma driver, your A feature winner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Caden Lane. Driver's out. Andy, we're going to throw it down to you for the winner's interview down there. Caden getting his gloves off and everything.
Thank you so much, Neil. We're here at Victory Fuel, Victory Lane here at I-44 Speedway. We got Caden Lane with us. He's taking off his gear. He'll get his check along with a Victory Fuel can. Caden, how does it feel to win here on opening night?
Feels good. Different track than it normally is. Figured it out. Want to thank Jerry Wright for turning wrenches on the car. Right Water, Jim's Diesel and Auto Repair, and GC Performance Pipes for getting this car how it is, and felt great.
Thanks so much. Ada, Oklahoma's own Caden Lane. Congratulations, Caden.
Getting set for the A feature. Bryson Colwell here with you, Oklahoma Sports Network. Want to thank our sponsor, Victory Motorsports, for being on the non-wing A feature all season long. We got a fun one coming up for you folks. A fun night of racing so far. Congrats.
Up next, it's our Aero Wrecker non-wing A.
Congrats to Caden Lane. I'll turn it back over to Neil.
And his outside out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, it's with the 17 of Talon McConnell. Road number 2 on the inside out of Goldsby, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 6 of Briley Kilmer. And her outside, the 42X out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's going to be Luke Anderson. Road number 3 on the inside out of Marlow, Oklahoma, it's the 33 of Jet Nunley. And to his outside out of Lone Grove, Oklahoma, it's a 0-2 of Dylan Burks. Row number 4 out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, it's a 297 of Dylan Berglund. And to his outside out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 55 of Dalton Burley. Pair of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma drivers on row number 5. It's Blake Scott in the 29S and Seth Sylvester in the 82. Out of Skiatook, Oklahoma, in the inside of row number 6, it's a 7C of Philip Cordova. To his outside out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 93B of Broden Brown. To row number 7 on the inside out of Newalla, Oklahoma, the 27H of Hunter Embry. And to his outside out of Morris, Oklahoma, the 49 of Taryn Brown. Row number 8 on the inside out of Vancouver, Washington. It's going to be the 13J of Joseph Johnson. And to his outside out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, the 3A of Colton Arnett. Row number 9 out of Amarillo, Texas, the 11 of Zoom Zoom's Aiden Vasquez. And to his outside out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 14K of Kyle Hooper. Row number 10 on the inside out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 21C of Case Piper. And to his outside out of Yukon, Oklahoma, the 34 of Tim Trammell. Shotgun on the field in row number 11 is going to be the 90 of Maxwell Norick. And to his outside in the 30R, it's going to be Randall Calloway. 22 cars, 20 laps to decide the A feature of our Aero Record non-wing division. Green flag is in the air. Contact between Jet Nunley. I'm sorry. Talon McConnell. 33 of Nunley and the 6 of Briley Kilmer. All three of those cars got a heck of a jump off the front. Talon McConnell in that 17 is your leader. Briley Kilmer in the 6 going to come around on the top side, hold to that second spot. Caution is out. We've got the 49 of Taryn Brown stopping on the back straightaway. lights are out. Arrow record, non-wing A feature, Talon McConnell, Briley Kilmer, Jet Nunley, Luke Anderson. Your top 4. Green flag is out. Clint is out on the track. Trademark exterior restoration cone. Talon McConnell trying to hide, but Briley Kilmer's going to look to the inside. She's going to drag race him all the way down the front straightaway. Not going to get there. Talon McConnell's going to hold on to that lead. Briley Kilmer showing the nose inside. She's going to throw the slider. Talon McConnell's going to cross her over. Dives to the bottom. Can he get there? No, Briley Kilmer is going to hold on to the spot at... Holy smokes, he threw a haymaker off into turn number 1. Almost got it to grip, but it slid right through there. And Briley Kilmer took that spot back away. Now Jet Nunley's right there in on top of it. Going to move up into the second spot. Talon McConnell's going to throw another haymaker in there. He's going to cross the nose of the 33. The 33 is going to dive to the inside. He's going to take that second spot back away as he crosses him back over. Talon McConnell's going to cross him over. Use that back marker. We've got 2 cars, 3 cars in turn number 3. Almost had 4. Mother Nature trying to creep in on us. Raindrops falling on there. See what the race officials want to do. Thank you guys for coming out. I know a lot of y'all are going to be heading to your cars. We can't do it without you. Check our schedule on Facebook. My name is Neil Martin. Find me on Facebook. Like me. You'll see some updates on there. You'll see some driver interviews also. For you tuning in Oklahoma Sports Network, you're probably in the best place sitting on the couch, cold drink in hand, watching this from the comforts of the home. But we want you to come out and join us at the track sometime. You can still watch it while you're sitting in the stands. We don't care where you watch from. We just want you to be there and be present for all of it. And we definitely want you to join us back in the next race, about 2 weeks away. And we'll get everything re-racked and restacked, and we'll do it again. Briley Kilmer is your leader. Talon McConnell in that second spot. Jet Nunley. Luke Anderson. Green flag back in the air again. Talon McConnell throws another haymaker off of turn number 1. Can't hold it. That's going to get it, too, for Jet Nunley's going to move up into that second spot. Briley Kilmer going to hold the point. Talon McConnell into that third spot. Luke Anderson, but look out. Here comes another one. Caution for a car in turn number 4 up against the fence. C of Philip Cordova, the one that stopped in turn number 4. Briley Kilmer going to fire it off from turn number 3, bringing Jet Nunley, Talon McConnell, Luke Anderson with her. 29S of Scott right there in the 5th spot, trying to. Briley Kilmer getting a haymaker thrown on her by Jet Nunley. Jet Nunley's going to be your new leader as he comes out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Briley Kilmer tried to throw a haymaker back, but she couldn't get it done. Dalton Burley making a haymaking slide up into through turn number 3. Everybody's trying to move to the front. Nobody wants to go to the back. Scott loses the back end. That's going to get Luke Anderson jacked up. We got a car up against the wall. Can't quite get there. We've got them all over the track. 33 of Jet Nunley, Briley Kilmer, second place. The 17 of Talon McConnell, the 55 of Dalton Burley. Your top 5. Talon McConnell going to get taken by the 55 as he slides up behind a slower car. Dalton Burley used him as a pick, got up into that 3rd spot. Talon McConnell's trying to work his way back up in top 3. Halfway flags are out, 10 laps down, 10 laps to go. Jet Nunley, your leader, followed by Briley Kilmer, Dalton Burley, Talon McConnell. The 82 of Seth Sylvester moving up into that 5th spot. Almost lost the back end. Had to get back on Diamond off of turn number 2, holding on to the 5th spot. A lot of slicing and dicing through the field. The leaders are already up into traffic. The 33 of Nunley trying to get around the 90 of Norick, trying to keep that car between him and Briley Kilmer. Almost a straightaway lead for Jet Nunley in that 33 car. Jet Nunley coming up on 5 to go. Briley Kilmer has 2 cars between him, between Nunley and herself. Now she's got 1. She moved around one of the slower markers. Trying to get through traffic is an issue. Briley Kilmer on the bottom, Jet Nunley on the top as they're both working their way through traffic. Dalton Burley has pulled away from Talon McConnell in that 17 car. Dalton Burley is moving through this field. He is reeling in the 6. 2 laps left. 2 laps to go in our Aero Wrecker non-wing A feature. Jet Nunley trying to move around Philip Cordova in the 7C. Briley Kilmer still got a couple of cars between her and Jet Nunley. White flag is out. Nunley just has to get through turns 3 and out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is going to fly for the 33 of Nunley, followed by the 6 of Briley Kilmer, the 55 of Dalton Burley, the 21C of Case Piper, the 17 of Talon McConnell, the 29 of Blake Scott, the 82 of Seth Sylvester. Wow. What a race. Trying to keep up with the leader was almost impossible on that race. Andy. Andy, I let you stay out there as long as I felt good about it. How are you feeling now?
Come on, Neil. Come on, man.
So, dude, I just met you, but I got to pick on you.
Oh, okay. Well, it feels great out here, just to let you know.
I wanted to see if that hair could get matted down just a little bit. Since I don't have any, yeah. I'm a little jealous.
I do have a lot.
Well, if you're looking to give some up, donate to the cause, because I'm bald. Over in the top side roofing staging area, we have the tuners. Oh.
Break it down. All right.
No tuners tonight. Mother Nature has won. We're going to call it a night right here. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We appreciate you staying as long as you did. We're going to turn this over to Mother Nature and let her have it. Thank you, Oklahoma Sports Network, for coming out and joining us tonight. Y'all have a safe time, and we'll see you back here in a couple of weeks. And we'll see Oklahoma Sports Network as soon as with their schedule. I haven't checked all that, but keep an eye on the Facebook pages. 23rd of May, the Oklahoma Sports Network will be back with us. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. Like I said, my name is Neil Martin. Follow me, and we'll keep you the updates and everything. Follow the I-44 Motorsports Park Facebook page also, and that'll keep everybody up to date on everything that's happening. Our full schedule is on our website, and you can see it all at i44speedway.com. Thanks again for coming out. God bless. Safe travels headed home, and we'll see you the next time out.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.